Today, we will discuss about factors affecting enzyme activity. The most important 10 factors which are affecting this enzyme working pattern or their activity. So first, that is enzyme concentration, substrate concentration and product concentration. Simply you are remembering that enzyme attach over the substrate and making product. And these three concentration of enzyme, substrate and product that can affect enzyme activity. Next, that is pH and temperature. Both are the important physical particular factors, that physics, particular pH of the surrounding tissue and where the enzyme is working, and temperature of the surrounding tissue, that is also affecting enzyme activity. Next, that is activation and inhibition as well as regulation of this enzyme. So many inhibitor molecule or activator molecule will be present in the surrounding tissue, and that can also affect enzyme activity. Next, that is induction and repression. Enzymes are basically protein in structure and they are made up with the help of particular gene. So whether that gene is making more enzyme molecule or decrease enzyme production, that is called induction and repression. For the covalent modification means that structure of enzyme is present but it will be modified depending on the need of the cell. So whether it is adding of any other particular group, that will modify, or covalent modification over the enzyme, that can also affect enzyme activity. And lastly, that compartmentalization. So you have already seen that some enzyme are present in the cytoplasm, some enzyme present in a mitochondria, or some are present in a Golgi body. So this presence of this different enzyme over the different compartment, that is also important part of regulation of this particular enzyme activity. So all these factors are important for the enzyme activity. You have to remember enzyme, substrate, product, pH, temperature, activation, inhibition and induction, repression for the covalent modification and compartmentalization. So these 10 factors are the most important for the enzyme activity. We will look one by one that each factor. So first one, that is enzyme concentration. So rate of a reaction or velocity is directly proportionate to the enzyme concentration. Here condition is that substrate is sufficient and sufficiently present. So velocity of reaction is increased proportionately with the concentration of enzyme, provided substrate concentration is unlimited. Suppose that you have 10 enzyme molecule and you have 10 substrate molecules. So suppose that in a 1 minute enzyme is able to make substrate into the product. So within a 1 minute product will be generated. Now if you have an unlimited substrate concentration, initially you have only 10 enzyme molecules. So in 1 minute you will get 10 products. Suppose you have 100 enzyme molecules. So after 1 minute you will get 100 product. So if you are increasing enzyme concentration, more product will be generated. But here condition is that substrate should be unlimited. So this property is also useful in a clinical laboratory to determining the level of particular enzyme in the plasma, serum or tissue. So that is importance of the enzyme concentration or factors affecting enzyme activity. Most important, that is enzyme concentration. Simply it is explained in this graph. If you are increasing enzyme concentration, reaction rate will also increase proportionately. Condition is that substrate should be unlimited. Further, next, that is another factor, that is substrate concentration. So as substrate concentration is increased, the velocity is also correspondingly increased in the initial phase. Here you have to understand that in the initial phase only, but the curves will be flattened afterwards. So at lower concentration of substrate, more enzyme molecule are remaining idle, and further as substrate is increased, more and more enzyme molecule are working. Suppose you have only 100 molecules of enzyme. Initially you are adding 10 substrate, then within a 1 minute 10 product will be generated. You are adding 50 substrate, then 50 product will be generated after 1 minute. You are adding 100 substrate. So now when you are adding 100 substrate, what happen, all enzymes of 100 molecules of enzyme is attached over the substrate, and after 1 minute all product 100 product will be generated. But suppose that you are adding 150 substrate, then what happen, only 100 is now able to attach over the enzyme, but 50 substrate is now not able to attach over the enzyme. So that we will look in this graph or this animation, particular substrate and product. So substrate concentration over the x-axis, product formation over the y-axis, and this increasing substrate concentration gradually increase the rate of reaction that we will look in this graph. So particularly initially we have taken that 8 test tube, in all these enzyme and substrate is added, but gradually we have increasing the substrate concentration in this micromole. So after the particular fixed time period we are getting the product. So if you are adding more substrate, more product will be generated, but here condition is that where this enzyme concentration is increasing, but when there is a all enzymes molecule is attached, further reaction is not able to increase. So here over the graph, initially that substrate concentration is increasing, graph is steadily increasing, but after some time it will be flattened. So that flattening because of all enzymes molecule are attached over the substrate. Now further not availability of any enzyme molecule to attach over the substrate. Further in detail that we will look. So basically enzyme activities increase in the initial phase, all the enzyme is combined with the substrate, so that is called maximum activity or maximum velocity we have obtained. So reaction rate maximum we have obtained with all enzyme is attached over the substrate. So that substrate concentration is increased, initially velocity is increased, but after some time it will be flattened. So that is importance of the substrate concentration. So at half maximal velocity what happen, 50% of enzyme are attached with the substrates. We have taken example of 100 enzyme, in that suppose you have added 50 substrate, so 50 enzyme molecule is attached over the 50 is substrate, but 50 enzyme is remain unattached with the substrate. So as more substrate is added, all enzymes molecule are saturated with the substrate. Further increase in substrate once that is attachment of all enzyme cannot make any effect in the reaction velocity of enzyme. So the maximum velocity is obtained, that is called a Vmax. It represents the maximum reaction rate attainable in presence of excess substrate at substrate saturation level. So that is also important thing for getting of a one particular value, that is Km value, that we will look. So basically what happened, first that is reaction velocity initially increased and later on it will be flattened. So when it is flattened, that is called a Vmax, that is initial velocity, and after we will get Vmax. Now from that Vmax we can calculate half Vmax, that is half of the maximum velocity. At half Vmax, whatever it is cutting over the graph, and from that cutting of graph we will get a value over the x-axis, that is substrate concentration. So substrate concentration which is over the x-axis, that particular substrate concentration at the point of half maximal velocity, that is called a Michaelis constant, or name is given, that is Km. Now that Km has a lots of importance that we will look. So Michaelis constant or the Km. So Km value is the substrate concentration at half maximal velocity. That definition you have to remember of the Michaelis constant, that is substrate concentration at half maximal velocity. So what is Michaelis constant? It is simply a substrate concentration. So it denotes that 50% of enzyme molecule are bound with the substrate molecule at that particular substrate concentration. So at this value of Km, 50% means half of the enzyme molecule is attached over the substrate. Km is independent of enzyme concentration. If you double the enzyme concentration, the Vmax will be doubled, but the half Vmax will remain exactly same. So Km value will not change if you are increasing the enzyme concentration. So in other words, irrespective of enzyme concentration, whether it is 50, 100 or 200, 50% of molecule are bound to the substrate at the particular substrate concentration, so percentage will remain the same. So that is importance of the Km value. So Km is called the signature of the enzyme also. It is constant for an enzyme. It is the characteristic feature of a particular enzyme for a specific substrate. Here also you have to remember, for a specific substrate. So suppose hexokinase that can work over the glucose, fructose and galactose, but hexokinase have a fixed Km value for the glucose. It will not change for the glucose whether hexokinase concentration is 10, 100 or 1000. So hexokinase, but it may have a different Km value for the fructose. So it is fixed for a particular substrate or specific substrate. The affinity of an enzyme towards its substrate is inversely related to the dissociation constant. Further, the importance of this Km value, that is, so the smaller the tendency for the dissociation of the constant. So simple that enzyme affinity of the enzyme towards the substrate is inversely related to the dissociation constant, and so the smaller tendency for the dissociation of the complex, the greater is the affinity of the enzyme for the substrate. So simply you have to remember that Km denotes the affinity of enzyme for the substrate. The lesser the numerical value of Km, suppose low value of Km, that is showing more affinity of the enzyme for the substrate. So if suppose Km value is low, there is a high affinity of enzyme towards the substrate, there is a more chances of attachment of enzyme over the substrate. But suppose at high value of Km, that enzyme have a low tendency to attachment over the substrate. Suppose that two enzyme is present, and two enzyme, out of that two enzyme only one substrate is present. So whether that substrate is attached over the which particular enzyme, enzyme that is depending on the Km value. So which enzyme have a low Km value that have a high affinity for the substrate. So enzyme with a low Km value that is attached over the substrate, but enzyme with a high Km value will not attach over the substrate. So only if there is a more concentration of substrate, then only this enzyme will attach. Otherwise that high Km value, that is indicating low affinity of enzyme towards the substrate. That is also important things of the Km value. Further in this of Km value and substrate concentration, which is helping in a calculation of this enzyme activity, that we will look. So reaction equation that is measured with the help of velocity is equal to Vmax, means maximum velocity, into substrate concentration divided by Km, that is Michaelis constant, plus substrate concentration. So suppose that here all these value we are adding, that Vmax, if we have Vmax value, Km value for this enzyme activity, and we have substrate concentration, we can get velocity for that particular substrate and enzyme activity. Further, with the help of this calculation, it is interesting to know about the Km value. We are saying that Km, that is substrate concentration at half maximal velocity. Now that half maximal velocity that we are putting in this equation. So suppose that V0, we have kept this V0 as a Vmax by 2. So what happened? We are keeping Vmax by 2 at this V0. Now so that Vmax into substrate concentration, that is remains same, Km plus substrate. So Vmax both are cutted. Now what happened? Km plus substrate concentration, that is over one side, and 2 substrate concentration. So we are saying that Km plus substrate concentration is equal to 2 substrate concentration. So from that Km, substrate is going over this side and it is minus from that 2 substrate concentration. So Km is remain as a single substrate concentration. Simple that if you are putting velocity as a Vmax by 2, then we will get substrate concentration same as a Km or Michaelis constant. So theoretically or mathematically it is proving the same thing. Michaelis constant, that is substrate concentration at half maximal velocity. So it is also important to understand about enzyme activity as well as mathematical calculation of this enzyme activity. So affinity with the substrate, that is shown by the Km value. So when using different substrates, suppose same enzyme is that I have said that about the hexokinase. Hexokinase can work over the glucose, fructose and galactose, but these hexokinase have different Km value for the different substrate. Same enzyme but different Km value. So when using different substrate, Vmax will remain same, but Km value will different from that different substrate. So you have to remember Km is called a signature, but it may be different from a different substrate. Now this plot that we are making with the help of substrate concentration, but it is sometimes not possible to get a high concentration of the, so sometimes it is impractical to achieve high substrate concentration to reach the maximum velocity condition. So Km means Michaelis constant or half maximal velocity may be difficult to determine for that enzyme activity. Then the experimental data at lower concentration is plotted as a reciprocal. So what happened? The straight line thus obtained is extrapolated to get the reciprocal of the Km, and this is called Lineweaver-Burk plot or the double reciprocal plot. So that we will understand in this. So normally V, that is velocity, is equal to Vmax into substrate concentration divided by Km plus substrate concentration. So it is inverted. So what happened? 1 upon V, that is equal to, it is reverse. So Km plus substrate divided by Vmax into substrate. So that further divided, and ultimately we are getting 1 upon V is equal to Km divided by Vmax into 1 upon substrate concentration plus 1 upon Vmax. Now that will be utilized for making a Lineweaver-Burk plot or double reciprocal plot. Now in this what happened? Initially we are getting only 4 or 5 points of the substrate concentration, and whatever the velocity we have obtained with this substrate concentration, that we are plotting, and we will get only 5 points. Suppose that particular 5 points and making a straight line. Now this straight line will be further extended and cutting over the y and x axis. So wherever it is cutting that y axis, what happen? It will get 1 upon 0. So that is maximum velocity. So infinitive means maximum velocity we will get. So that is 1 upon Vmax, 1 upon velocity 0, that is maximum velocity over the y-axis wherever it is cutting the line. So same way we will get Km value or Michaelis constant for this enzyme with the help of where this line cutting over the x-axis. So that is importance of getting Vmax and Km with a limited concentration of the substrate, and that is importance of this double reciprocal plot. An example for this enzyme kinetic we can simply use predefined amount of enzyme, add substrate in various concentration, measure product in a fixed time, that is V0, and plot this hyperbolic curve and estimate the Vmax. That is normally we are getting the direct plot. So when y is equal to 1 upon half or simply half Vmax, that is calculating the substrate concentration Km. So simple how we are getting direct plot and making a Vmax as well as Km value. So Vmax simply getting a highest velocity, half Vmax we can get, from that we can get the Km value. So that is Michaelis constant. Further, from this graph, it is sometimes not possible to get all concentration of substrate, then we will make only a few points of the substrate and velocity will be obtained. From that reciprocal plot will be generated, and from that where it is cutting the y-axis we will get Vmax, and wherever it is cutting the x-axis we will get the Km value. So that is importance of the double reciprocal plot. Now two important factors that we have discussed, one that is enzyme concentration, second that is substrate concentration, third one that is concentration of product. Now product concentration is increase, the reaction is slow, stop, or even reverse. So if you are increasing the product or more product is generated after this enzyme reaction, then initially it will be slower down, later on it can be stopped. If further product will be generated and not utilized, then this reaction can be reversed. So in inborn error of metabolism, what happen, one enzyme of a metabolic pathway is blocked and further reaction of that enzyme or pathway is affected. So that is based on this product concentration or accumulation of the product. Next factor, that is effect of pH and temperature. So first we will look about the temperature. The velocity of reaction is increased when temperature of the medium is increased, reaches a maximum, and then it is again fall. So when temperature is increased, it will make a bell-shaped curve, and that bell-shaped curve, that is for the effect of temperature. So why it is happening? The temperature at which maximum amount of substrate is converted to the product per unit time is called an optimum temperature. So sometimes it is also asked in the viva, what is optimum temperature, at which temperature highest activity of enzyme is obtained, that is called optimum temperature. So as temperature is increased, more molecule gets activation energy, and the so reaction velocity is also increased. But when temperature is more than 50 degrees centigrade, so heat denaturation and consequent loss of tertiary structure of protein occurs, so enzyme activity will be decreased. So most human enzyme has optimum temperature at around 37 degrees centigrade, means our normal body temperature. So beyond 50 degree, that enzyme will be denatured, because simply this enzyme are protein in nature, that will be denatured, lost the tertiary structure, and their activity will be lost. So that is the effect of the temperature. So it is explained in this picture. So optimum temperature where maximum enzyme activity is obtained, that is around 37 for human being. Further, if you are increasing the enzyme temperature, then what happen, initially the reaction will increase and getting maximum activity. Further increase more than 50 degree, that will be denatured and enzyme activity will be lost. So it is making a bell shaped curve. Same way, effect of pH. So each enzyme has an optimum pH on both sides, of which the velocity will drastically reduce. So same as the temperature, the pH has also a bell-shaped curve. Initially it is increased, getting optimum pH or optimum activity, further it will be decreased. So the pH decide the charge on the amino acid residue at the active site. We have already seen that amino acid classification. So in that classification based on the charge, so some are the positively charged, some are the negative charge, some are the equal charge, so they are present over the active site, and this particular pH of the tissue that will decide this charge over the amino acid, and that will also affect the active site activity of the enzyme. So net charge on the enzyme protein would influence the substrate binding and catalytic activity. So usually enzyme have an optimum pH between 6 and 8. So our normal body pH, that is around 7.4. So some important exception for this enzyme activity also you have to remember, pepsin, which is present in the particular stomach, so where it has maximum activity around pH 1 to 2. So pepsin is basically working in a acidic medium, while alkaline phosphatase that will work in a basic pH. So name is also alkaline, so you can remember that alkaline phosphatase that is maximally work at the pH of around 9 to 10. Same way acid phosphatase that is working mostly in a acidic medium, so name is given acid phosphatase. So that is effect of pH based on that charge on the amino acid, particularly over the active site of the enzyme. So same as a bell shape curve we will get in this effect of pH. Initially if pH is increased, the activity is increased, maximum enzyme activity is found. Further increase in that pH, what happen? Active charge over the active site of amino acid that will be affected and their activity will be lost. So that further decrease in the activity of the enzyme. So it is also making a same bell shape curve. So here some most commonly that enzyme that is working at the 7.4 pH, but some exception like pepsin, amylase and arginase is basically working in a alkaline pH. So that is about the effect of pH. So up to here we have discussed about the three important factor, that is enzyme, substrate, product. Next two important factor, that is pH and temperature. Now further, that is enzyme activation. But these five factor at present you can remember. Next five factor that we will discuss in a next video.